Hey kiddos, I'm back. I know we talked about this viruses things yesterday. This will be the last week I'll talk about it unless you have some special request, a special question to ask me later on next week. We'll be diving into this because I still want y'all to be on task with science. So we'll be diving into this, making sure you understand the questions from here and I go over answers and everything, as well as this. I still want you to do ELA as well. In ELA, math, social studies, all that goes into one thing. So I want to make sure y'all understand this. So get your thinking caps on for next week because we'll be doing this. And we'll also be doing some STEM activities because y'all know how I am. I love to do STEM stuff. So we'll be doing it as well. But for today, to finish this virus thing up today, I gave y'all 10 questions yesterday, posted 10 questions. I also posted 10 questions in the comments for today to let y'all know, hey, I'll be going over today. So I'm going to go over the answers of the 10 questions today. It was about the biology viruses, and the test quiz is just 10 easy questions. Some of the stuff might be a little bit too advanced for y'all, but hey, it never hurts to understand and learn it. So the first question states, what are viruses made of? And you have like 5 different answers for that. It says fat molecules, bacteria, mutated blood cells, genetic materials like DNA, and large cells with a nucleus. We all know, based on the Neva sisters, that viruses are made of genetic material like DNA or RNA. It's not a bacteria, it's not fat molecules, or hopefully if it was fat molecules, maybe I can get some of this away. It's not mutated blood cells, which can be like cancer or something like that. And it's not large cells with a nucleus. So the next question said, what is the outside protective coating of a virus made of? And they have, again, 5 answers. Lipids, carbohydrates, proteins, carbon, and fat molecules. And we all know, again, based on the Neva sisters, it's protein. It's not lipids, it's not carbohydrates, it's not carbon, which most things are made up of carbon. Living things are made of carbon. It's not fat molecules. Oh Lord, I wish it was fat molecules so it can go in, out, and go away. Number 3, it says, what reason do scientists give for saying that viruses are not living organisms? Now, I know you heard on again the video I showed you, or the writing that I told you that viruses, they technically say viruses are not living organisms because they're not eukaryotic organisms. So with that being said, I'm going to read the choices. They say they cannot reproduce without the aid of a host meaning somebody else's body or animal, human, whatever body. They do not metabolize food into energy. They do not have organized cells. All the above or none of the above. The answer is all of the above. They cannot live without somebody else. They need hosts to live. Number 4 says, which of the following is the characteristics of a virus? They typically have 1 or 2 strands of DNA and RNA. They have a cell nucleus. They have an organized cell structure. They are active when outside a living cell, all the above. I told you earlier in one of the first questions, they typically have 1 or 2 strands of DNA or RNA. So you know virus can't live that long outside of its host. That's why it needs a host to live, to multiply. Number 5 says, what do viruses do once they invade a living cell of a host? They die, they multiply, they are metabolized into sugar, all the above or none of the above. They multiply. So once they enter into your body, once a virus enters into a host's body, before they multiply, the first thing they do is go hide. You understand, any foreign invader in anything, whether it's war in the world or whatever, they're going to have to hide so they won't get caught by enemy lines. So they hide inside another cell. And when they're able to get enough cells like them inside that cell, they multiply within that cell and they burst that cell and then goes everywhere. And they go to another cell and they do the same thing over and over again till they're able to compromise the immune system so your body won't be able to fight as well as it normally would have. Okay, number 6. Which of the following is the disease caused by a virus? Influenza, which is a flu, the common cold, measles, yellow fever, or all of the above? All of the above. Everything that I just listed is a virus. It's not bacteria-based, it's virus-based. Which of the following is not a way to avoid catching a virus? Wash your hand. I notice I said not. Wash your hand. Don't put your fingers in your mouth. Eat raw meat, take vitamins, or get plenty of sleep. Not a good way, eat raw meat. Even though they're saying that the virus still came from animals into this right here, I'm pretty sure they cooked it, but it still came to us. But with that being said, eating raw meat is not a way of avoiding it. Mainly, eating raw meat has bacteria in it, other not viruses. What's the main human defense against viruses? Pills, Tylenol, medicine, immune system, or shots. To be honest, the main defense against viruses is your immune system. The first line of defense is your skin. It keeps things out. So if you have a break in your skin, that's why it's don't touch in your face, don't put your hand in your mouth and stuff like that, because the first line of defense is your skin to protect yourself from viruses. But the main line of defense is the immune system, because once it gets into your body, it's going to start to reproduce. It's going to hide itself in a cell and reproduce. So the main human defense is the immune system. Once the defense is compromised, it makes it hard for it to go away. True or false? Most viruses are small that they can't be seen with an optical microscope. It's true. The microscopes that we had in our classroom, they're electron microscopes. Although they're not as powerful as they should be, we need a light microscope in order to look at viruses, because they're so tiny. They're so tiny. Remember the last time this gnat flying on my face? Sorry, y'all. Remember the last time I told you how big a bacteria is? Yesterday when I told you this hand versus my fingernail, just compare this hand to a bacteria. My hand is a bacteria, and this right here, my pinky fingernail is like a virus. That's how big it is. It's like super big compared to a bacteria. And number 10 says, what are viruses that contain RNA instead of DNA called? It has vaccines, proteins, capsules, bacteria, or rhinoviruses. It's actually called rhinoviruses. So with that being said, I'm sorry. My helper is here today, so she's helping me with tutoring today. With that being said, she wanted me to let y'all know something as well. With that being said, rhinoviruses are viruses that viruses similar to HIV. I'm sorry, I got lost of train of thought. Are viruses similar to HIV? There's only a few of them. RNA, just basically like there's only viruses like that with stuff like that can be transferred like that. So these viruses that we're dealing with right now, it's not a rhinovirus. It's not RNA. It does not use RNA. Use DNA to invade your body and stuff like that, so it can manipulate your immune system. One thing she told me, one thing I need y'all to understand is that washing your hand is not a cure. It's a prevention technique. It's not a cure for anything. It's just to prevent you from getting viruses or getting sick. And I showed you the other day that how to wash your hand, the friction on your hand, make sure it's 20 seconds or more when you're doing it. Make sure you wash your hand up to this point, because most people forget that after you wash your hand, you washing just your hand, but you're not washing this area right here, which y'all touch a lot of things go on your wrist as well. So always wash up to your wrist. Make sure you wash on your fingernails, because like y'all, I like nails. I like fingernails. I like getting my nails done. And it's harder to keep them clean when they're long. But it's very essential for you to make sure you go under your fingernail. If you can scrub on your fingernail when you're washing it, you need friction. You need friction. You're not just running the water on your hand. You need friction to do this. You need friction to get rid of the viruses. Again, continue to practice social distancing. Please continue to read up on information, do research. Don't just stay on Facebook all the time getting y'all information that's from Facebook. Research. Get peer-reviewed articles. If you don't know what that means, get something that you know is going to be coming true for some. Don't get something from WikiLeaks or Wikipedia or your best friend, cousin, niece, nephew on Facebook. Get information that you know. Always question. Always remember to question everything. Don't take everything for face value. Question and research it. Again, next week, we're going to start hitting these two books next week. I just wanted y'all to understand what's going on with viruses, and I wanted y'all to stay safe. And I still want y'all to understand, if y'all have any questions about the viruses, and if I can answer the questions, or if I can't, give me something I can research myself. I love doing it. So if y'all have any other questions about it, Let me know. Post on these comments if you have any questions about why this is dead and why that is dead. I will help you out. I promise you, no questions asked. I love it. I miss y'all so much. Love talking to y'all. But we're gonna dive deep into this. Next week, and we're gonna have a good time doing it. We're actually gonna do some STEM activities too. So don't get me wrong. We're gonna work, but we're gonna have fun as well, like we do in my regular class. I love y'all. Y'all have a good, safe weekend. Bye.